All right. Hey guys, I'm Emma Wilson, and today we're here for Virtually Wild Communities at the Houston Audubon Raptor and Education Center. Today we are trying to stay safe with COVID-19, so we all have masks and we're socially distancing, so you'll only see one person on camera at a time. But we have a couple of people behind the camera who will ask questions, and if you're watching us today on our live stream, feel free to ask questions in the comments and we'll try to get back to you. We love it when our programs are interactive. All right, so today we have Marianne Weber and Jeanette Lambert, who are going to share with us some of the wild owls that they have here. All right, thank you guys.
All right, welcome everybody to Houston Audubon's Raptor and Education Center. Houston Audubon is a bird conservation organization here in Houston, and our mission is conserving birds and their habitats. And of course, here at the Education Center, Jeanette and I get to teach about birds all the time. And we love doing programs like this, coming to classrooms virtually and in-person programs at schools and libraries and hospitals. And of course, the stars of the show are always the raptors and other wild creatures that we share with our audiences. Today I have Alex with me. Alex is an 18-year-old barn owl. She and her brother live here at the Raptor Center. And they're a little bit different from the other birds that we teach with. For the most part, the birds that we teach with were found in the wild, injured. Alex and her brother Getty actually came to us from the zoo world. She was raised in captivity and has been an education ambassador her entire life. We're very fortunate here in the Houston area to have a great diversity of bird life, great diversity of bird species. We have wonderful habitats both in our city and around the city, lots of green space, city parks, county parks, preserves like this one, where you can really get out into the wild without going too far and see some amazing birds. A barn owl like this is a bird you'd find out in open country, prairies, meadows, coastal marshes. One of my favorite places to go see barn owls is Anahuac National Wildlife Refuge. And if you're there right before the sun comes up, you might glimpse a barn owl flying low over the coastal marsh or over the prairies, hunting for its favorite food, which is mice. They have incredibly sharp talons. They are a raptor for capturing their prey. Of course, they've got a sharp beak for eating, but they use their talons, their claws, to capture their prey. And barn owls are built to hunt in prairies, marshes, and fields. With these long feet, birds sit on their toes, or stand on their toes, I should say. Their ankles are up high, their knees are way up high. So this very long foot and leg enable the barn owl to pounce down into grasses in the fields and meadows to capture their prey. Owls rely on their hearing and their incredible night vision to locate their prey. Owls have a disc of feathers on their face that actually captures the sounds and directs the sounds back to their ear openings. And because a barn owl like this is hunting above very thick vegetation, it really relies on its hearing to locate its prey. Barn owls are incredibly beneficial. These barn owls eat 3 to 4 large mice every night for dinner. If these owls were living in the wild, they'd be eating even more than that. So farmers and ranchers really benefit from having barn owls around for mouse protection, for eating those pesky mice that would otherwise be eating the farmer's crops and the feed for his animals. As the name implies, barn owls nest in barns and can be found in barns, abandoned buildings, silos. Many, many years ago, they would have been found nesting in hollow trees. But as the forests were cleared and landscapes changed, they had to find a new place to nest. And an old abandoned barn, or a barn that has an opening, is a great place for a barn owl like this to nest. When they're young hatch, they don't have any protective down feathers for the first week, so they need to be protected from wind and rain and changes in temperature. And a nice, warm, cozy barn is a great place to be. And of course, that's where the barn owls can also find lots of mice. Barn owls are found around the world except for the polar regions, so people are very familiar with them. And of course, all you Harry Potter fans will recognize the barn owl from the books and the movies. But there's a whole other family of owls out there, And Jeanette's going to introduce you to another owl that resides here at the Education Center.
Hello everybody, this is Simon. Simon is a female great horned owl. She is about 4 years old, sorry. She is about 4 years old, and unlike Alex and Getty, she was a wild owl that was found injured. She had been hit by a car on the side of a highway. Unfortunately, our owls face this problem quite often because when we litter, our litter ends up on the sides of roads, and that attracts the rodents that these birds like to prey on. And they don't know to look left and right before they cross the road, so unfortunately they get hit by cars. Simon had a broken wing and a broken leg, which healed, but her wing healed a little crooked. Bird bones have air pockets in them to make them lightweight and help them fly. And when they break into small pieces that are kind of hard to fix. So her wing healed, but it healed crooked, so she flies a little lopsided. And being a top predator and not being able to fly very well is not the best thing. So instead, she gets to help us teach all about owls, and she helps us bring them to people that may not get to see owls very often. Great horned owls don't make their own nests, and about this time they're setting up their nesting territories, finding their mates because they mate for life. They will reuse old hawk nests, or they'll find an abandoned building, or we even monitor a great horned owl who's been nesting in a flower box outside of someone's window for about 10 years now. When they lay eggs, they lay only about 2 or 3, and they raise their babies throughout winter, which is kind of tough. They live all throughout North America, so even all the way up into Canada, which is why Simon has feathers all the way down to the tips of her talons. They have to keep warm even in snow and cold weather. So Simon gets to eat a rat every night, but out in the wild, she is the #1 predator of skunks. So they don't have a very good sense of smell, so they don't care how stinky skunks are, but they love to eat them. They use their incredible hearing. Their ears are right behind their eyes like ours. They just don't have an external flap. And these feather tufts are not her ears either, and even though they're called great horned owls, they're not horns either. They help her camouflage, and they can also help her express her mood to other owls. They use their incredible eyesight. Their huge eyes help them see in the dark, because they hunt all night long, and they have to be very quiet because it's quiet at nighttime, and they don't want to let their prey know that they are coming. So they have a very special feather on their leading flight feather on their wings that helps disperse the air across their wings, so they don't make any sound when they are flying, which helps them keep their ears tuned in to the prey that they are trying to hunt.
What's she doing right now?
So right now, she is panting like a dog. Simon, like I said, is covered in feathers all the way down to the tips of her talons. She does not have any bare skin, and she can't sweat like you and I when she's hot. So right now, she's cooling herself off.
How long will the chicks stay with her, Jeanette?
So the chicks will stay with her till about springtime when they start learning how to hunt on their own. And about that time, small mammals are being born, which is great easy prey for the young owls to learn how to hunt and survive on their own. Once they reach their first year of life, they're pretty much well left alone. As long as they don't run into any human dangers, they could live to be about 25 or 30 years old. Simon has another great horned owl friend that she lives with here at the Raptor Center, who's 30 years old, so they can live for quite a while being top predators.
Do hawks migrate?
Do owls migrate?
Or, I'm sorry, owls.
Some owls migrate, not all owls. Our great horned owls typically stay where they are, but they are found all over North America, so anywhere you are, you might have a great horned owl, even in your neighborhood. They do the traditional hoot call.
Can you give us a hoot call?
Hoot!
Who's awake?
Me too. Hoo 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 hoo. So they have a 5-note call.
And what can people do at home to help?
So with the barn owls and eastern screech owls and barred owls, you can put up nest boxes. But these guys don't nest inside nest boxes, but you can put up metal wash tubs or old tires in trees to help them have a place to nest. Make sure you have a bird bath or some kind of water feature so they have a clean place to get water to drink and to bathe. Not really, you can't put much food out for owls. They hunt on their own.
Should I use rat poison ever?
No, you don't want to use rat poison because if the rats eat the poison and then run off and don't die right away, the owls might try to eat them and they can get sick from the rat poison inside the rats. And also, don't litter. Make sure you put your litter in the trash cans because what happened to Simon can happen to other owls if our litter ends up on the sides of the roads.
Would I see a great horned owl in Houston proper?
Yes, you can see great horned owls in Houston. They have adapted to our urban interface very well. We have quite a few people that see them in their neighborhoods. We had one visit the Raptor Center a few weeks ago, so they are definitely in the Houston area.
So all you Rice fans, right?
Yes, definitely.
Say hello.
Yes. And that's all the time we have for today. I'll hand it over to Emma to close us out.
Wow, so now we know a lot more about two very different types of owls for Halloween. If you haven't had your curiosity completely sated, we have a lot of book suggestions here that you can get at the library or search online. So please be sure to check out these titles. We'll leave some links to them in the description when this video is done. Thank you guys, and thanks to our friends at the Houston Audubon Raptor and Education Center. Bye!